Here you're going to see a lot of new rooftops. That's because during the storm, a lot of these homes had roof damage. And these homes that had roof damage and had been left abandoned for the past 7 years, those homes have been continuing to receive damage. And we've been seeing those collapse all around the city. Now what's happened is that over the past 7 years, rainwater has been seeping into those homes. And with the heat and humidity down here, the wood inside of those homes are slowly starting to rot. As the wood starts to rot, the roof will start to cave. Once a roof starts to cave, it's usually not too much longer before a house will collapse completely down to the ground. So wherever you see empty lots around the city of New Orleans, chances are that was a house that collapsed down to the ground on its own. Or maybe they went ahead and demolished it before it collapsed. Now we're going to turn off this main street here. We're going to go through one of the neighborhoods here in the 9th Ward. As we go through the 9th Ward, you're going to see markings on the front of some of the homes in this area. That's because after the storm, they searched all these homes for bodies. And when they did, they left the markings on the front. Now, if you look over here to the right, you're going to see this greenhouse. You're going to notice the markings on the front of that home. And the 914 on top of the circle is the date. That stands for September 14th. Now, Katrina hit August 29th, so it took about 2 weeks to search this home. The TFW in the middle of the circle identifies the group that did the search and rescue. Now, after Katrina, we had many groups coming down here to help with search and rescue. The NE to the right side of the circle means not entered. Now, all they really did was ride around and look in the windows. The only time they physically broke into a home is if they saw a body, suspected a body, or if a family member called requesting somebody to break into the home.
Make a video.
Now look over here to the left. Look how creative this guy gets when he decorates his yard. He changes that up every couple of days too. Now y'all gonna get a little bit of a treat this morning. You don't always see this gentleman outside. But if you look over here to the right, you're gonna see the gentleman on the corner here in the wheelchair. This is Smokey Johnson, and he played drums for Fats Domino for almost 30 years. Y'all want to give him a wave over there? Not too often we see him outside, but he lives in that greenhouse right there. Now after Katrina, Harry Connick Jr. wanted to do something to help boost the tourism here in the city. Now he noticed that most of the musicians had been relocated all around the country. So he got with Jimmy Carter, and then the two of them got with Habitat for Humanity, and they had Musicians Village built, which is all these colorful little houses over here on the right, and all the ones right here up in front of us. Now today there are 78 homes in Musicians Village. You had to be a musician from New Orleans to get one of these homes. The average cost is about $75,000. All Habitat homes. Now if you get a Habitat home, you also have to put in 350 sweat equity hours, either into your home or your neighbor's home. Also, the musicians here in the village have to volunteer their time up here at the community center. Now if you look at a studio and a coffee shop, there's even a playground over here to the left for the children in the area. Now the Marcellus family has been working with the kids of New Orleans for years, trying to teach them music, trying to keep the jazz music alive here in the city. Also trying to help keep crime down by keeping the kids off the streets. Now, once they complete that music program, they get a
Air
free
conditioner's
instrument.
restaurant.
And today, there's hundreds of kids on that waiting list today. Now, if you look at the far left corner over here, you're going to see the empty lot on the corner. This is where a house had collapsed down to the ground. Also on the left, you're going to see that the roof on that home. Look how it's caving in right there. That roof gets worse every single day. But like I said, once a roof like that starts to cave, it's not going to be too much longer before that whole house is going to collapse down to the ground. Now look at the other side of the home. You can see where the whole wall is caved in over there.